Hello my lovely ninjas, it's Nani again, back to you guys with another video. This one, as you can tell by the title, is going to be the ride or die makeup tag. I don't know how old this tag is, but I've seen some of my favorite YouTubers do this tag, and I think that it's really interesting and entertaining to watch. So I wanted to jump on the bandwagon and do it myself as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will make sure to leave the link to everything down in the description box in case you guys are interested in purchasing some of these items. And just before I jump into this video, I wanted to kind of like tell you guys what my skin type is. So in case you kind of look like me, your skin tone is similar and you have the same skin type, most of these items will work for you. I do have very oily skin, so most of these products that I will mention are going to be more for like oily skin individuals. So, but like I said, I'll make sure to leave everything down in the description box. Again, thank you so much for tuning back in. If you're new, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from me. And if you are an oldie, again, thank you so much for coming back and supporting and watching and all of that. Hopefully you like the video so you can give it a thumbs up as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the video because I really don't want to make it like too long. So obviously I'm not gonna go through everything. I'm just gonna name some of the things that I've been pretty much loving when it comes to makeup, from like your primers and foundations and highlighters and things like that. So I'm gonna try to go in the order that I actually apply my makeup. And I might have some things that are missing just because I haven't really found like a favorite yet. But pretty much, I think I have pretty much everything here in front of me. So the first thing that I want to mention is my favorite primer. Like I said, I have extremely oily skin. So of course, when I want to apply makeup, I want it to be long lasting and I don't want my oil to kind of like seep through on hour 2. So it's very important for me to find something that's going to be extremely mattifying and to really just help for my makeup to sit in place, for it to last all day, and for it to still look flawless. And one of the primers that I've recently actually found and I am just like in love with is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. Yeah, Priming Perfector. And I'll make sure to leave close up so you guys can see exactly what everything looks like. But this primer is absolutely amazing. I have different primers. I have one from Smashbox. I have a really good one from Makeup Forever as well. But if I had to choose one for my ride or die makeup tag, if I had to pick one, this will definitely be it. Because from the first day that I tried it, I was like, this is heaven sent. This is like hallelujah. Like, because I'm so oily, you guys, and it's like I'm so annoyed when I do like a really great job with my makeup and then on hour 2 I have to like start blotting and trying to reapply makeup and things like that, just because it's like it gets really oily pretty much like in this area. That's where I get oily the most. So pretty much for this, you don't really need a lot of this, and I usually just put it on the areas that I get the most oily. You don't want to put a lot of this as well, because the first time that I tried it, I did put a lot. Although I did put it on the areas that I get oily, which is basically right here, my chin, my forehead. I did put it in those areas, but I put so much that it started kind of like rolling off my hand. Like, it just like, it's really weird. So like you can't really rub it into your skin like all the regular primers. This one you pretty much just like pat into your skin and you put a little bit, and it's really going to help to kind of like mattify that area. I do have pretty much everything that I will mention today as my ride or die. I decided to obviously put it on my face, so that's what I use to apply my makeup today. So this is for sure ride or die primer. This is actually the travel size, but I did order the full size from Sephora, so I'm just waiting for that to come through, because this is it. So that's the primer. And then the next thing that I want to go ahead and mention to you guys is one of my favorite foundations. I was kind of like going back and forth with the foundation because I didn't know if I wanted to mention my favorite high-end foundation or if I wanted to mention my favorite like drugstore foundation, because I have two, but I just thought about, even if it's high-end or drugstore, which one gives me the best coverage. And that's why I decided to pick this one. And this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. I am in the shade 5 and 2, which is called Amber Honey, and I absolutely love this foundation. The one that I was going back and forth with is the drugstore foundation, which is by Black Opal, and I'm in the shade Hazelnut in that one, and it's like, it's an amazing drugstore foundation. I was going back and forth, but this one is a little bit more full coverage, so I really like the coverage that it gives. And I feel like the undertone for this one is a little bit more like yellow orange, like an orange undertone, which goes better with my skin. The other one is a little bit of a darker undertone, so with that one it does make me feel like I'm a little bit darker, but I love that one as well. But if I had to choose between them, this is definitely the one that I'm choosing. This foundation is amazing. It's full coverage. It really does help for your makeup to stay in place all day. It does not move, especially obviously when you apply a good primer. That's going to help with the process as well. But this is like amazing. The first time that I tried this, I actually purchased it, I think at Macy's, but I think they do have everything at Sephora. Like I said, I'll leave the link to everything down in the description box. But she basically put this on one side of my face, and I wanted to go outside to see what it looked like in regular sunlight, because for me, I obviously like to wear foundation and to wear makeup and things like that, and to, you know, basically, I guess, highlight all the things that are already there. That's what makeup is to me. It's not to cover up anything. It's not to hide behind the makeup. It's really just to highlight what's already there and to accentuate what's already there, which are like just my natural features. But I feel like with the foundation, specifically, it kind of like covers you up to where you don't look like yourself, and I wanted it to be full coverage, but I still wanted to give me like a natural glow from like within, and this definitely gives me that. So this is something that I would definitely recommend to you guys. I don't remember exactly how much it was. I think it might have been like $36 or something like that, but I'll try to leave the pricing for everything down in the description box. But that's going to be my ride or die foundation for sure. And then the new favorite that I got for concealer, I've been trying, and the concealer that I've been using for the most part is for my under eyes, is the LA Girl Pro Concealer or something like that. And I think I'm in the shade Warm Honey, and I think I tried Warm Honey and Fawn as well, and both of them look really good on my skin. But I wanted to try something that's a little bit more high-end, just to try it and see if it's maybe like better benefits as far as like it being longer lasting or covering up or concealing certain areas a little bit better. And the one that I decided to try is the Kat Von D Lock It Concealer and Corrector, and this is what it looks like. As I said, I'll make sure to leave close up so you guys can see what it looks like. But this one is in the shade Deep 36. And this concealer is absolutely amazing. Although this size, like, this doesn't look like a really huge size, this is gonna last me a very long time, because a little goes an extremely long way, because it's such a thick concealer. It's thick as far as like the consistency of it, so it's not like watery or anything, but like I said, a little goes a very long way. So it's not thick to where it feels heavy under the eyes, but it's thick to where it gives you very nice and full coverage under the eyes to cover up like imperfections and dark circles and things like that. So I absolutely love this concealer. The first time, again, that I tried it, I put so much under my eyes because I'm so used to the LA Girl and really like packing it on. But this, you really do not have to pack it on. A little goes a long way. And the packaging for this one, and actually I wanted to mention something as well, you just kind of like squeeze a little bit out of there, and I just squeeze it and just put it under my eyes or the areas that I want to conceal, and I just basically do it with maybe like a stippling brush, kind of like brush it in with a stippling brush, or I use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge or whatever the case may be. So I absolutely love this. This coverage is amazing. It is a very thick product, but like I said, the consistency is thick, but it's not that it's thick under the eye, so it doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. But I definitely love this. It gives amazing coverage. Again, I do have everything that I'm mentioning on today, so I really like how my makeup turned out. So yeah, this is Deep by Kat Von D. And actually, I wanted to go back real quick to mention this. I love the coverage for this. The pricing is decent for high end. I absolutely love this foundation. I just don't really like the packaging, because for this you have to kind of like pour it onto like your hand and things like that. It's a little bit messy like that, but I think that I've heard a lot of people saying that you can get like certain pumps for like from MAC, I think it is, where you can put it on top of this because it fits on these. So that is an alternative that you can use. I don't really like the packaging, but what I usually do is just take kind of like a brush and just kind of stick it in there and just wipe it on my face, and then I just blend it in with my buffing brush. But that's the only thing I don't like about it. But that's that. The next thing that I want to mention to you guys, since I did concealer, I'm going to go ahead and mention my two ride or die powders. The first one that I want to mention is my under eye powder that I use, which is the Mercier translucent powder, loose setting powder. And this is what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen everybody on YouTube mention this powder, but it's absolutely amazing. Honestly, the powder that I had before was like a drugstore powder, and I didn't realize how much it made me like kind of like oily throughout the day. I didn't think that a loose powder would help to control the oil, but this thing right here, okay, this is amazing. Like, this is absolutely amazing. I typically just only use this to set the places of my face that I concealed. So because it's a loose setting powder, I'm gonna have this for a long time. Most of these products, again, are high end, so they are on the pricier side of things. But I feel like, to me, I was just going through my makeup and I was just like, all these, you know, drugstore, not all of them, I didn't throw out every drugstore item that I had, but a lot of the drugstore items that I had just didn't work for me. And I feel like, what's the sense of continuing to use something that's not gonna work for me? And these products, honestly, they really just give you just the greatest benefits to longer lasting, to more flawless, you know, application for your makeup. And I feel like if you're going to apply makeup, you want to make sure that it lasts all day, and these products definitely help with that. So this loose setting powder, I didn't know something would really help with, you know, to combat the oil besides like the primer, but this thing really just like sets everything so nicely. It's not drying or anything like that. I'm an oily person, so I don't really have an issue with that, but it's not really drying under the eyes. It's not thick. It looks good in pictures, so you don't have like a flashback or anything like that. And it's just absolutely amazing, and it's gonna last me a long time because it's a loose setting powder and there's a lot of product in this. So you could probably actually get like the trial size, the travel size, and it's still gonna last you a long time because you don't really use it for all over your face. If you want to use it for all over your face, obviously you can, but I just use this just to set the concealer and things like that. But I absolutely love this. So yeah, that's that. And then for the powder that I use for all over my face, this is the Makeup Forever Dual Matte Powder Foundation, and I've heard a lot of really amazing things about this this powder. One of my favorite, I guess, well, I can't say one of my favorite YouTubers, but the Glam Twins, it's Kendra and Kelsey, they mention this all the time. Every time they do like a makeup tutorial, this is the setting powder that they use, and they also have oily skin. So I was like, you know what, let me try it. And this thing right here is absolutely amazing, and it's a powder foundation. So if you're not someone that really likes to use like liquid foundations, or if you're trying to do something that's more of like a natural look, you can always go for something like this just to give you a natural look. I have worn this by itself. It does give some coverage. It is buildable, obviously, but for me, if I'm doing like a more natural look, I don't really want to really pack it onto my face. I just want to kind of create, I guess, like a filter a little bit. So I just put it a little bit over my face with a little bit of concealer and maybe like some mascara and eyeliner, and that's it if I'm doing like a natural look. But this is what it looks like. It's a lot of product in here. I don't know how deep this thing goes, so I don't know how long it's gonna last me. It doesn't really look like it's really like a deep product. Oh, I don't want to blind you. But I really love this. This thing is amazing. Honestly, I don't know what I've been doing. I really don't know what I've been doing with my life. But yeah, Makeup Forever Duo Matte Powder Foundation is awesome. And then the next thing that I want to mention to you guys besides that is going to be basically a blush and a bronzer. These are drugstore. This one is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. This is just like a regular face powder, and I have an all over the face powder from them that's actually in my shade. But I actually got this one, which is, I think, their darkest shade, or maybe like the one before their darkest shade. And this is in the shade C8 Cocoa, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I'll leave close-ups, and let me try to open this thing up as well. And that's what it looks like. It's just a powder, a face powder, but I use this to contour and just to kind of like give me a little bit of like dimension and things like that to my face. That's what I put on today. This thing is so amazing. I have the powder for all over the face as well. What I really like about this is that it really does give really nice coverage. It's not like cakey on the face or anything like that. I think that it's definitely very blendable, and it says super blendable in their title. This thing is just really amazing. I like the powder itself, but I feel like the dual matte powder from Makeup Forever definitely gives and controls like the oil better than this one that I have in the powder. But this one for contour, this is fine because I go over the dual matte powder. I do go over my face with the dual matte powder foundation anyway, so it kind of like makes sure that this stays in place and that it's still kind of like mattified in as well. But I really just like the shade. This is just so pretty, and this is very affordable. This one I think is like maybe like $6 or $7 or something like that. I got this from CVS, but I really like this. As I said, that's in the shade C8 Cocoa. And I forgot to tell you guys, for the dual matte powder, I am in the number 214, I guess. Is there a name? Yeah, I'm in the shade 214, but I'll leave everything down in the description box. So that's that for the bronzer that I actually like to use. And the actual blush that I wanted to mention to you guys, I got this from like a beauty supply store a long time ago when I was trying to like get into makeup and things like that. And this is the number 2 bronze, and it's a blush powder, and this is by a company called Jordana. Like I said, I'll make sure to leave everything in the description box, but I absolutely love this. It's like a bronzy, like shimmery type of bronzer. I really like just the way that it looks. It's like a really pretty rose gold type of shade. oh gosh, I'm gonna try to leave close up so you guys can see how pretty it looks. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can, but it's just super duper pretty. I do have it on today, and I just think that it's beautiful. I feel like on darker skin tones, you really want something like a blush that's gonna look like a natural flush, but not something too crazy. I mean, of course, it just depends on your personality or the look that you're creating that day. But for me, I really just want something that just gives me kind of like a natural flush, like a natural blush, but it's still kind of like bronzy and like goldish and like golden and things like that. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's the look that I was going for when I went with that. But I definitely absolutely love that blush. That's the one that I pick up all the time anytime I'm doing my makeup. And then I also wanted to mention a highlighter. This is the Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in the shade Bronze Glow. I'm sure you've seen all of this as well. I went a little crazy in Sephora when I went in that day. I don't know what I was thinking, but this thing has so much product, and it's so pretty, it's so pigmented, it lasts all day, and it just gives you like a nice, just like a nice pretty highlighted look. I do have it on today. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I absolutely love this highlighting powder, and it's so thick that it's gonna last me a long time. I don't really care too much about buying more highlighting powders, just because I feel like I don't know, I just don't really feel like, for me personally, it's not really my thing to feel like I have to buy a whole bunch more. So this is gonna last me a very long time as well. That's that. And the next thing that I want to go ahead and jump into is basically just my setting spray. This is the Urban Decay Deslick setting spray, and this is for oil control. I absolutely love this. Usually I use the MAC Prep and Prime, which I still use that. I kind of like alternate between the two, but I definitely think that this helps for me personally with my skin type. It definitely helps to control the oil and just to keep my makeup lasting a lot longer, and to kind of like keep it in place, control the oil, and just have like that flawless look to it. So I absolutely love this. The only thing that I don't like about this is the smell. It really doesn't smell good at all. Like it just smells weird. Like it smells like a little funky, like, to be honest with you. I don't like the smell of it at all, but I will continue to purchase it. I really like hold my breath when I'm spraying this on my face. It doesn't obviously linger on your skin or anything like that, but when you spray it, it just like has a very strong, like, I don't know, it's like a weird smell. But I absolutely love it because it definitely helps for, like I said, for my makeup to last all day, and for my oils to kind of like be controlled and things like that. So I absolutely love this. And then moving on to the lips, the lipstick that I want to mention is by Milani, and this is in the shade Matte Beauty. And this thing is just so, it's just so pretty. It's like a really pretty rosy, kind of like a rose undertone nude. And it just looks, I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. But it's just so pretty. I do have it on today. And over top of it, I do have this Guerlain lip gloss, and this is in the shade 441. I'll leave everything in the description box. I don't know the exact name of the actual lip gloss, but this is in the shade 441. And this is what it looks like. It's like an orangey lip gloss. And I do have it on like over top the lipstick, as I said, the Milani lipstick. And it just really looks pretty. Like I feel like this is very sheer. Although it's orange, you would think that it's like extremely bright. And it's really not. It's very like a sheer, it's very pigmented. I'm gonna say that. It's pigmented. It's definitely very moisturizing, but it's not like, it's not pigmented to the point where it's like it takes over to where all your lips turn orange. I feel like it just creates a nice sheen, like especially on my skin tone. So I would say like on darker skin tone, it just gives like a nice sheen to your lip look, like to the look of your lips. And it just makes it more like sexy and sultry and like, just like, yes, you know, like a little sexy to it. I really, really like this, and it smells really good too. Like surprisingly enough, I got this as a gift from one of my friends, and it smells, I don't know, I can't pinpoint what it smells like, but it smells really, really, really good. Like it smells really, really nice, and I really, really like this. I definitely want to get a lot more of these. This is the only shade that I have so far, but as I said, it's not really like opaque. It's very like sheer, so it's not too pigmented, but you can definitely see it. I don't wear it by itself for the most part. If I do, it looks more like a lip gloss. It's not like very orangey at all. So I usually typically put it on top of like a lipstick or something like that, and it just gives it like a more sexy, sultry type of look. Now they do dry matte, but they're very comfortable on the lips, which I really like, because I feel like a lot of liquid lipsticks can pretty much like dry out your lips, and you feel like you're like ripping your lips off when you're trying to take it off. But like I said, I don't really like the lasting power because it doesn't really last all day long, which I would have liked for it to. But if you don't mind reapplying your liquid lipsticks throughout the day, then this is perfectly gonna be perfectly fine for you. But I really like that, because I really like this because it has a lot of different colors that you can choose from, and on darker skin tones they all look pretty nice. Of course you have to like line your lips and things like that, but I really, really like these. If you're just starting out and you don't really want to spend like $20 on a liquid lipstick from Sephora or something like that, these are definitely a great place to start. So that's gonna be that. And the last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys before my camera dies again, so I'm sorry if I'm like talking extremely fast, but the last thing that I want to mention to you guys is a favorite perfume. This is the Beyonce Mrs. Carter World Tour something. I don't remember exactly what the names of it is, but I will make sure to leave everything down in the description box. But I absolutely love this. I don't know if you guys can tell how low it is now, but I've been basically gravitating towards this because it's just so nice. It smells so good. It smells really nice and fresh and easy, and like there's like a hint of sexiness to it. I would say definitely this is more of like a spring and summer type of scent, but I do typically wear this whenever I want because I bought it. I could do what I want. I'm grown, but I just really like it. I gravitate towards this every time I'm going out, and I have to really force myself to like pick another one because I have like a lot of really awesome perfume that I love, but I feel like this is, I know what I'm getting with this. It smells so good. If you guys have not smelled this, or if you've never purchased this, I will make sure to leave the link to everything down below. You guys are definitely gonna like this. And I actually have like 2 other ones from her, which is kind of like from the same line, which is like Heat. But I don't remember exactly the names of all of them, but I am going to do a comparison video and tell you guys when I think that they would be best for. But this is the one that I definitely wanted to mention to you guys, because this one I have gravitated towards this. Like, this is just amazing. Like, Beyonce can do no wrong. I promise you. Like, this is absolutely amazing. But that's the last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys for my ride or die tag. Oh gosh, I have makeup on my hands now. But that's the last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I will make sure to leave the links to everything down in the description box if you guys are interested in purchasing any of these items. I do have on everything that I mentioned pretty much today. I did use it for this video so you guys can see it up close and personal to see exactly how my makeup turned out. Hopefully you like it and you're not like judging me like behind your computer and stuff like that. But yes, Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure that you subscribe for more videos, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up if it was at least entertaining. Again, you have a great day. Be safe, stay blessed, and remember to always treat yourself. Peace out.